Greetings, folks. It is Friday. Another week is pretty much dusted. 26th, is it, or the 25th? 25th of July. Cheers, people. Gunnar, thank you for this. This is my first time wearing the Black Star t-shirt that you gave me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, folks, actually, let me take a look here. As I suspected, and it's not over yet, but the effect of Ozzy Osborne's death, it's almost on the level of John Lennon. I've been seeing on, let me go and see here what the count is up. I do check those things. I don't run my life according to counts on my videos and stuff like that and likes, but I notice and I pay attention. It's the world that we live in, right? So let's see. I'm up to over 10,000 views on my tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. He was a very important figure. There's also I don't know if it's still on today, but for the last couple of days, there's been a channel on YouTube where there's a cam on the in Birmingham where the Black Sabbath wall, and people are just like they did with David Bowie, just going there with flowers and just standing there and just crying and just talking. And it's understandable. It's truly understandable. I hope yes, okay, good. I listened to Master of Reality, and my copy is beat. I had to clean it up. I'd love to own a Vertigo. This is the U.S. But this was my, besides hearing Black Sabbath on the radio, this is the first record of theirs I actually owned. And it was great to listen to it. I still like it quite a bit. It's really actually rather primitive. Even for this time, there's very little overdubs, and it's just real stripped down. And as a result, it's like, I still remember the first time I heard it with that cough at the beginning, which is so eerie as a child. When I first heard this, I wasn't into drugs yet. So I didn't know it was somebody coughing because they'd taken a hit. This is 1971. And then probably later this year, in 71 or 72, is when I first got high on marijuana. I'd taken a hit off of a joint when I was 11 from one of my sister's boyfriends, but I didn't get high. Folks, can you hear my neighbor Ray? He's blasting his motorcycle stereo, and it's the same playlist. Yeah, it's like I know this stuff by heart. Folks, a couple things, and I'm going to go and talk about what I listened to yesterday, because yesterday was a golden ear day. It's not again today. The whooshing is back. So that's why I call them golden, because sometimes I get lucky and I get 2 days in a row of relative quiet with the tinnitus. Someone talked about posture. I don't have bad posture, and please just don't bother me with those home remedies, okay? I'm living with this, all right? Most stuff like that is very much individual. There may indeed be someone who has bad posture who will benefit from that, but I don't have bad posture. Other thing I want to say before I show what I listened to yesterday, well, I'm just going to, this is the way I do it. I'm at home. For you new people, because there are some, I think I can safely assume that I will have some new people watching me now because of the Azie, and so you won't necessarily know my whole history. I've been on here for a long time, over 10 years, and I'm a music collector and I'm a punk musician. I use that term because I come from a musical family, but I've had the toughest time learning how to read music, so I really don't know how to read music, but I can play a lot of different music. And wanted to explain that. Also, I want to try to remember these little things that popped in my head about the last few videos, so they'll hopefully come out maybe a little bit skewed. Oh, this is it. So when I do tributes to people who have passed away, it's because I want to. And then I have people coming over, more than one, and it happens every time I do a tribute, then someone else dies. And then people, it's like they're expecting me to become the town crier because for every musician that dies, I talk about the ones that I want to who've affected me. Golden Earring means nothing to me, so why am I going to talk about them, okay? I just found out that Cleo Lane died. That affects me a little more personally than the guy from Golden Earring. So I don't feel obligated to talk about every musician that died. Chuck Mangione just passed. Well, I just talked about him. Funny enough, as a result, I'm going to hang on to this for a little bit longer. Chuck Mangione already has my respect, and he's done a lot for music in many ways, But he's highly respected by everyone, and I also noticed on this album, in the personnel, of course, Tony Levin's played with everyone, but Tony Levin, my dude, is the bass player on this album. John Clark is on here, on French horn. Tom Malone, Bill Watrous, okay? John Faddis, Lou Soloff. I mean, he was well respected and he can really play. I mean, he actually could. What he chose to do with his music made him a superstar, and more power to Chuck. But do not put expectations on me because I'm not gonna follow them. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay. I deleted a comment that someone left complaining that they thought I was disrespectful to them in the way that I responded to them probably years ago. It's not disrespect. I don't know you. So if I'm happy, if I respond, if I say something with a bit of an attitude, it's just like you're talking to a friend. It's just a moment. I'm not a bad person. I don't even know you to be disrespecting you. That was how I felt about the question. So chill, or don't chill, but just understand. Don't try to tag me as something I'm not. Then somebody else come try to tell me, well, I thought your album of the year was Lorraine. Come on now, you can talk to me like you know what I'm doing? That's weird to me. And that's one of the things about being in the public spotlight that is strange when people think all of a sudden they know you. You don't know you. So if you stop and think about it, the Lorraine, and I didn't check, but it's probably this. Slow Dive was 2023. Lorraine was the next year. So yeah, they were both albums of the year, 2 years apart. People, seriously, it's why I'm single. Because you get on my damn nerves. I love you, but you can stay for a little while, then you get the hell out of here. Which reminds me, yesterday, Blake did stop by. That's my boon coon. Have you ever heard that term? That there's the boo coo, but then there's the street level boon coon. I remember when that was popular in the 70s. That's my boon coon. He's my homeboy, and had a nice short visit, but we did listen a little bit, and thankfully, Blake took a bunch of those records, and I was so happy that there was things in there that he really was happy to get. And so, see, even though I was ragging on that commercial stuff, I'm not judging people by it. I was so happy that Blake, when he saw the KC and the Sunshine Band, he flipped. I love KC from his childhood. Now he's got a copy on vinyl. He took all the Donna Summer. Kim Carnes was in there. I never showed those records, but Betty Davis, I can't do it. I can't get that gravelly. I try sometimes. It was fun to watch him go through the records. It was also interesting to see what he had no interest in. Like, for example, the Eric Clapton and some things like I thought maybe, the Paul McCartney Band on the Run. No interest in that. Took a bunch of the disco. He likes black music, funk, and just black music. So I was thrilled to be able to get. So I don't have anything else to show you. There's a little bit left in the other room, but that's it for that. Happy to give those records a new home, someone who's actually going to play them and love them. The rest are going to the Goodwill, not into a dumpster, no. And if there's anyone in Omaha who has this happen to them, where someone they know dies, or they come across records in a dumpster, records about to be thrown away, get in touch with me. I'll take them. So yeah, yesterday was a golden ear day. Today the whooshing is back up, but not as bad as when it gets real bad. It's on its way back up. Thank you for your concern, people, and for your attempts to try to help me with this, but it's just something that we live with, okay? Another quick comment before I show what I played yesterday, because I thoroughly enjoyed playing records yesterday, and on and off, that's all I did yesterday, was play records. So I still haven't played the new Cleistwar, just maybe today. Someone asked about the magazine poster on the wall. Some of you folks who've been with me for a long time know the story. I'm in Omaha. This magazine is no longer out, but it's one of those typical city guides, or there's a lot of local adverts in here. So it's kind of like a business guide to business, but they do features on local people of interest. And as I look at this, I see that it's 11 years. It was 11 years ago, 2014, that they honored me asking to do an article about me. They call me the punk pioneer. Took the picture right here in this room. And it's about my musical history, not my record collection. As I've shared with you recently, I'm about to be inducted into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Nebraska Rock Music Hall of Fame for the second time in Nebraska, which will make me a 3-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. I love knowing that. And that's what this article is about, my history here in Omaha. I've always been a very encouraging of others in music, people younger than me. I've played outside of the cliques, how music and almost everything, groups involved can become cliquish. And forever I've ignored the cliques and have just played across the lines. I've actually played in bands where I'm in one band with these people, in a band with these people, and there's people in the two bands who don't talk to each other because of that clique shit. And I'm playing with both because that shit is stupid. The way that I feel about the way we talk left versus right. When anyone actually literally says the left, or someone says the right, they sound like an idiot to me. Your filter is taking all the clarity out. I'm not into that. So, yesterday I listened to a bunch of music. Not all of it is out. I put records away. But I gave this another good listen. The new David Gilmour, Luck and Strange. Gave this a real good listen. Here's Ray. The thing I have to say about this is that it reflects David Gilmour's age. We ain't kids no more, okay? Most of these songs have lyrics by his wife, and they just seem just like nothing to me. The thing that I hear is how, gotta wait, go on, Ray, with your bad self. I hear how rich he is in that the album is sumptuous in sound, and he can afford to make it as clean and as deep as he wants to, and he did. So it's a pleasure to listen to sonically, but it's not. It's just okay. Now, if you see this, Samino is the last name of the person who sent this to me for my birthday. This is fantastic. I played it with my new stylus. I'm going to stop saying that in a couple of videos, but it's still like certain records, and that's the other thing. That's where I appreciate Mike from the In Groove, the way he talks about how things are mastered and cut, because it makes a big difference. And even when things are cut, like when they recut old stuff that's like engineered poorly or just so-so, there's only so much that can be done. But with things that are engineered really well and cut well, wow. And this is really cut well and engineered well. Trigger hit to view. This is fantastic to be so unknown. Instrumental. I've said it before. It's in that like kind of like almost not like Terry Riley, but that's you get a flavor. You know what I'm saying? I played this yesterday, and it's like, oh my goodness, this sounds so good. Besides the music, the quality of the cut and the clarity, it was just stunning. Still got my Black Sabbath out. I'm going to put those away today. Here's one where I needed to check. Again, because when I bought this, Trick of the Tail, the recent Rhino reissue on yellow vinyl, this one really is one where it benefits totally from me having a new stylus. Because I thought this was a flawed pressing. But when I played it with the new needle, there was only one moment of, it almost sounds like, it's hard to describe. Some of you people know what I'm talking about. So I was so pleased at this. Oh, okay, it's okay. It's a good cut. I love this album, Genesis. This is when I first saw them live. It was on the Trick of the Tail tour with Bill Bruford on drums, and they still had that deep air of mystery. So when they did the encore of Watcher of the Skies with the visuals, an old visual, I think from the Lamb tour, it was stunning. Really liked this album. So I played a bunch of this again yesterday. 10 years after, A Space and Time. I think this is an exceptional. It's exceptional. So I went back on my word because I thought about it. I haven't played it yet, but I did unseal the Dan Fogelberg with the intent of playing it because I have enjoyed Dan Fogelberg, and I love the musical arrangements, the lush beauty. His stuff is beautiful. So I went ahead and opened it. Probably play some today. Got into a little bit of Semiramis, Italian Prague. This is a reissue, but this is highly recommend this album. The fellas were young when they made this album, but don't sound like it. It's very classically oriented, but it's real original. Look at that look at that. They're doing the Prague thing, but they don't sound like PFM. They don't sound like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. This is really good. Kind of cool reissue. I love that artwork. And this is one where I really noticed my new stylus on this. This is a real good cut of this record that was recorded back in the 70s, 1973. Semiramis, if you don't know this album. But you dedicated prog heads, y'all know this record, don't you? You sure do, don't you? This is real good. Semiramis. I think the cover is about the Green Man. The Green Man, you know? Here's one where I had never listened to it all the way through, and I did yesterday. Wonderful. This is, let me try to get it right. It's a Shankar record, okay? Shankar on violin. Who's to know? Indian classical music. That's exactly what this is. Now, because of my interest in exploring religions, which I have done deeply, and besides Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, some other things, even Satanism, okay, and the Quran. I have a copy of the Quran. I've gone to actual Indian classical music concerts at a local temple, and they're fascinating, they're engrossing, and they're also a challenge because they're very long. And if you folks here who know this music and that culture know that an Indian classical recital can last for hours. Am I overstating it by saying I think there's some things that are almost as long as a half a day or a whole day? So this is a long, both sides are over 20 minutes long, and they're ragas. The second side is explosive. When they get to the point, that's the thing about it. You almost, you become entranced. And so when the musicians decide to take it to the next level or basically achieve orgasm, it can be shocking. And this album, they do it on side 2. They explode with these, the speed of the tabla, and it becomes frenetic, but not frantic, really powerful, really strong. And it's like, whoa, and they keep doing it. It's like, and then boom. I had never listened to this album all the way through before. It was a total experience yesterday. I put other things away because I listened to some more stuff. Oh, well, here's a couple more. At least one. Yeah, okay. I had recently bought this finally reissued Billy Nichols, would you believe, produced by the Small Faces. It's an undiscovered classic. It's not perfect, but it just captures the 60s. This is awesome. I love this album. I love it. Here's one where it benefited from the needle because it's Roxy Music Stranded. I used to have it an American pressing, and then someone actually sent me these Roxy Musics on Polydor. But I noticed that they were not the same master, not the same cut as the US. And yesterday was the first time this album sounded good to me. I detected just a little bit of sibilance. Okay, I need to get a new. And I love the cover. I sure do. Jerry Hall, right? Roxy Music. I also love how you can tell that Brian Ferry is playing a role in the band at this time. He's not taking himself seriously, and I love that about him. About the band. Here's one I'd forgotten about. So the Tone Float label. Microphonics by Dirk Series. I'd forgotten about this album. This is ambient on the drone side, but absolutely gorgeous. played both sides of it. Okay, it was just like, no, you don't take this off. This fella's really getting it right. Dirk Series. Don't know anything about him. Excellent. Excellent. And the other thing that I played that I didn't put away, I put away a bunch of records, but I truly love Ryuichi Sakamoto. I also love seeing in the comments where a couple folks, oh yeah, this guy likes Sakamoto. See, Sakamoto is just he's special. He was special. So never. I have not seen this Netflix. I don't get Netflix. Don't care about the movie that this is from, the anime, although I kind of like it. Exception. But Sakamoto's music is so evocative to me. I don't need to know what it's about. I don't need to see the movie. I can make up my own movie in my mind. And this is gorgeous music. Just simply gorgeous. Red vinyl. Sakamoto was exceptional. He really was. He was a modern day classic. I mean, he really has some deep, wonderful melodic sensibilities. So that's what I played that is still out. I played some Seafield and some other things. And I think I actually played some Stones. No, I didn't. I'm going to. So, everyone, thanks for being a part of my life, and thanks for stopping by. I do very much appreciate all the comments people are sharing about the importance of music in their lives. Azie's death really brought it out because he's so popular, such a populist figure. So I still haven't got through all the remembrances and comments that people have left, but overall it's been very positive. I've only had to delete a few comments, which I find very encouraging that people are understanding. And so someone just now asked me, you just need to, this person asked, Dereck, are you a Tull fan? If so, would you show us your collection? The answer is, I'm a Tull fan, but no, I'm not going to show your collection. I can do one better. You need to go into my playlists on my channel here, because I interviewed Martin Barr of Jethro Tull. We had a conversation, me in this room and him in his house. Look it up in my playlist and watch me talk to Jethro Tull's monster guitarist, Martin Barr, okay? No. And the other thing I'm going to tell you folks again, that who just got here, I'm not a request machine, and I don't like requests. Some people ask for requests. I don't, because I've explained it. I'll explain it again. Once you get on that train, people won't let you off. You know, one request after the other. And that's not what I want to do. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. If that seems shitty, I don't care. It's how I am. Yes, it's a nice record collection. No. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Yeah, some of you older watchers are letting me know you've been here for a while. I don't know the name of the stylus that I got with, because it came from LP Gear in a box like this. There's no I don't know who, but it's for an Audio Technica cartridge. So yeah, very nice people sharing their memories of Sabbath. Yeah. I like this. Dereck, your channel is a gem in a sea of dumbed down clickbait. Never really thought about Azie's Prince of Darkness nickname before, but I think your interpretation is spot on. Someone asked, meet and greetings in the future. I don't know what you're asking, but I'm just at home living day to day, and this is part of my routine, is to make videos talking about music. It's not planned out, okay? So I'm not planning anything. I just frankly, it's that simple. I just hope to be living tomorrow and thankful to be alive today. And I do love sharing my love of music and arts and people with you. Okay? I think that's going to be it for today. Have a good weekend, everyone.